Credit cards are plastic or metal cards which are used to pay for items or services by you using a credit. It is a literally card which is issued or by your bank or any financial services company that allows you to borrow some money, and you can then use this money to pay for any things you want or services with the shops that actually accept the payments with the credit cards. Now, once you use these funds from that credit card, there is a condition though that you as a card holder, you have to pay back that money which you borrowed to actually buy those things and any services you actually wanted. Plus, there is an applicable interest and also any perhaps but upon agreed charges which will be actually charged to your account. Now, this credit is great to spend, it's great to go and buy new things. However, you need to keep in mind that the money you spend, you need to then pay back. Because if you don't pay back, then you're going to be in debt to the bank or to the financial company, and like this, you will start to owe your interest. With the interest actually adding to the balance which you need to repay back, your debt can actually increase to the amount that it can be pretty high, and it can be really problem for you to then repay back and become again debt free. So that's why when it comes to credit cards, you really need to be careful and cautious when you start using the credit and start buying things around. Credit cards may be issued in stores, by banks or other financial institution, and they usually offer any perks like cashback, discounts or reward miles. That obviously is even more supporting you to spend more. However, once again, before you start spending on the credit card you just got, make sure that you have the money which you can then repay to the institution at the end of the month. So you're not going to start incurring any interest on the balance that you actually need to repay back. So before hopping on your credit card and start spending money, if you know that you really have a bad credit and really bad habits on repaying your credit, you should think about secured credit cards or debit cards, which are great options for really those people with a little or a bad credit. A secured credit card is the credit card where you actually pay the balance upfront, and the only balance that you have on that credit card which you paid upfront, this is the balance you can actually then spend. They still can help you to build your credit score. However, you spend only the amount which you transfer into the institution. So before you start spending, you already have that money on your card, on your account. Debit cards, literally you spend what you have on your account. You cannot go to any credit, you cannot borrow any money. So if you know that you really have a bad habit of spending money and not being able to repay it, instead of going and destroying your financial freedom and actually spending too much money and then adding up the interest which we will need to repay back, then literally go make money and enjoy the money you have to buy the things you want. Like this, you actually buy the things, and once you make that purchase, once you swipe the card, the actual item and the thing you just bought is simply yours. You don't have to repay it back. You don't have to repay the amount back, because the amount which you have on the secured credit card or debit card is literally your amount which you can spend on whatever you want to buy. So consider this if you are bad with credit cards.